everyone, it's Katie, it's Thursday, and on this John Hughes week of the Rough Cuts, I'm talking about The Breakfast Club. If you haven't seen The Breakfast Club, then I don't know where the fuck you've been living. Under some sort of rock or something. I'm sure like Osama bin Laden has seen The Breakfast Club. I mean, you know. The Breakfast Club is a classic teen movie. It, in my mind, is the definitive teen movie. John Hughes was an incredible talent. Every single one of those movies, Ferris Bueller, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Vacation, which he wrote, She's Having a Baby, which a lot of people haven't seen, but that one's so good with Kevin Bacon. That's a great movie, man. The Great Outdoors, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I mean, he is one of the most prolific writers of the 80s. He made mainstream movies fun and funny, and I wish that they made films like he made today. I'm a fucking huge fan, man. I honestly, when I was on Twitter and I saw that he had died, and it honestly made me really, really sad because I guess I realized right then what an inspiration he was to me. I mean, I used to watch these movies, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I know every line of that movie. Every line. I talked about a couple weeks ago good place movies and bad place movies. And John Hughes movies, to me, are, the ones of the 80s at least, are the definitive good place movies. I mean, when I was in high school, I used to come home every day after school and I'd put on Ferris Bueller, or I'd put on The Breakfast Club or 16 Candles, and I'd watch them like, I just put them on in the background, you know? I just loved them being with me in the room. I know that's really bizarre, but it's like, they're so good placed. They're such comforting movies. I mean, I just wanted them around me. I could go on for about 30 minutes on every John Hughes movie of the 80s. I love them all equally, like children. The thing about The Breakfast Club that makes it so amazing, especially when you watch it now, is that it's an indie movie. It's a low-budget indie movie. I mean, it takes place in all one room, and it's 5 actors, and it's basically script-driven and performance-driven, and that's it. And that, in my opinion, is the best of filmmaking. If that same movie came out today, that movie would be a bigger hit, I believe, than it was then. I mean, first of all, it would be considered an indie movie. And second, Judd Nelson, at least, I mean, all of them would become big stars, but Judd Nelson would become like a mega star. And it's weird that he never did. I mean, he did an amazing performance in that movie. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know how old he was. He probably was in his early 20s, but I mean, it is extremely impressive. And he's hysterical and moving, and yeah, I mean, it's one of the best teen performances in a movie. Hands down. If you're interested in hearing more about The Breakfast Club and what went on while it was being made, there's a link to AFI's podcast. You know, it's like a 45-minute podcast, but I recommend listening to part 2 especially. But, you know, if you're interested in hearing how this movie was made and how it came about and you know, John Hughes' background, you should check it out. If you haven't seen The Breakfast Club, you know, come out of the hole, go check it out. Go look up John Hughes on IMDb and go through the list of the stuff he wrote in the 80s, from Vacation, Mr. Mom, Some Kind of Wonderful, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Some Kind of Wonderful. Did I say that already? Go fucking watch these movies, man. They're great movies. They're classic comedies, and they just don't make them like that anymore, you know?
Baby, don't you forget about me.